We all have an opportunity and responsibility in the local church. My opinion and conviction, everybody should be doing something somewhere. Not everybody sings, not everybody teaches, but we have a responsibility. And the importance of that, but oftentimes we don't realize how really important it really is. We just kind of forget it.
Hello, my name is Samantha. I'm just me, an ordinary person. I'm really nothing special. Not by the world standards anyway. I got married right out of high school and didn't go to college. All I've ever wanted was to be a wife and mom. I've got 4 kids now and I've loved every minute of it. No regrets. I've tried my best to be the wife God wants me to be and to raise my kids right. But other than that, I don't really think I've done much to change the world for Jesus. Well, I do teach a 4th grade girls' Sunday school class for about 10 years now, I think. But to tell you the truth, I think that those precious little girls have affected me much more than I've affected them.
Hi, I'm Jody. They tell me I'm just a kid, but I prefer the term young adult. I guess it depends who you ask, huh? Well, anyways, I was a student in Samantha's Sunday school class. She really loved us. You know, you can always tell when they really like you and when they're just there to say they taught a Sunday school class. But Samantha, she was the real deal. She doesn't know this, but once she prayed a prayer in class. You know, an example of how to ask Jesus into your heart. And I prayed that prayer. It changed my whole life. My youth pastor asked us once how our lives are affecting God's kingdom. I didn't know how to answer him. I mean, I'm no Samantha. I don't have the guts to tell somebody about Jesus, let alone show them how to pray. The only thing I've ever been able to do is leave tracks where people might find them. What a wimp, huh?
Hello, my name's Christy. Christy James, RN. I'm just your run-of-the-mill working woman. I mean, I guess that's why I mentioned the RN. Until recently, that was my whole life. Then, one night, during my shift, this young girl comes in. She's about 16 years old, I guess. I think she said her name was Jody. Anyways, she came in to visit her grandmother, who's sick and dying of cancer. I was nervous because she was alone in there, and I didn't want her grandmother passing with her in there, so I kept peeking in on her, making sure she was okay. Only she didn't know it. Then she did something. She prayed with her grandmother. And at first, I thought they were talking to a real person. Then I realized it was just the 2 of them. And then I noticed that young lady knew God. She really knew God. And when she left, I found a little booklet on my desk. It was all about God and how I could get to know him personally. I read it over and over again. And finally, I prayed that prayer in the back. Now I know God too. He's my whole life. I just wish I could do for someone what that young girl did for me. But I'm just so busy. All I have to give is money.
Hello, my name is Sandra, and I'm just an ordinary woman. My kids are all grown and gone, so now it's just me. Well, me and my dog. I was raised in church, and I tried to raise my kids in church. But after the divorce, it was really my church who was there for me. My church is like my family. And I've always tried to do my part in church, whether it be work projects and vacation Bible schools, and I never really thought I had any special gifts or talents. But then last week, my pastor asked me if I wanted to go on a missions trip. An overseas missions trip at that. I told him I wasn't a missionary, but he told me if I was willing, I could be. And boy, was I willing. But the thing is, I don't have enough money for a trip like that. But then a miracle happened. Somebody paid my way. I asked my pastor who it was so I could thank them, and he just said it was a young girl who wished to remain anonymous. I think he said it was a nurse. God is awesome, isn't he? Who knows how many people will come to Christ, and who knows how many lives will be changed forever.
We are just ordinary women.
Not particularly gifted.
Or talented.
Not by the world's standards anyways.
But we are willing.
Willing to be used by the God we love.
But what if one of us
Was not.